Bore da, good morning. Croeso and welcome to the Democratic Services Committee for Powys Council today. There's a small team of us here and no doubt others may well join us in due course. Okay, do we have any apologies?
Yes, apologies from Councillors Anita Cartwright, Heilwyn Hume and David Meredith.
Thank you very much, and I'm sure we wish Heilwyn a speedy recovery at the moment. And minutes of the previous meeting in last July, are we content that they are correct and a true reflection of the discussions? There's only
I propose.
Okay, thank you much. And are you content, Peter?
Yes, sorry, Owen. Yes, happy.
Thank you. Great. Okay, thank you much. Declarations of interest. Well, I don't think there's anything obvious today, but obviously somebody can, if they need be, later on. So the main item today is to do with the Public Sector Scrutiny Committee, and I think I welcome Catherine in particular to lead us and advise us in relation to this. Catherine.
Bore da, everybody. Morning. Yes, so I'm here to present the Powys Public Service Board Scrutiny Committee report, which is in your agenda pack. So the committee is asked to recommend to full council the appointment of 3 co-opted members to the membership of the PSB Scrutiny Committee, as well as to amend its terms of reference in relation to meetings. So just to give you a little bit of background, the Public Service Board at its meeting on the 6th of July considered a report, which is in Appendix 1 of your agenda pack, regarding the Scrutiny Committee of the Public Service Board. So this arose following a review of the membership that was on this committee, and it took account of the view that as a partnership, it would be beneficial if the partnership was undertaken by a group with a broader perspective than just the council. Originally, when the PSB was first put together, the PSB Scrutiny Committee was kind of consisted of partners from all across the PSB, but that model hadn't really worked that successfully, which led to our full council taking a decision back in March of this year to review the membership. However, the PSB recommended that the membership of the committee be amended to accommodate some co-opted members from other organisations. And obviously just to comply with the following provisions, that we have a maximum of 3 in accordance with the statutory guidance arising from the Local Government Wales Measure 2011, that those co-opted members cannot be drawn from the executive of any organisation, be officers from the organisation, or be Powys County Council representatives on those organisations. So specifically like Health Board, Fire, Parvo, etc. And the Public Service Board recommended that the terms of reference for that scrutiny committee be amended so that the requirement for meetings would be set as a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 2 per year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay, any questions or comments? Well, there's only 2 members I can ask if there are. I think it's
can I just ask then, how will we go about sourcing these people? What's the process involved in that?
Okay, so at Public Service Board meetings, obviously this has been discussed, and it was felt that it would be much more representative to have these 3 lay members. We have asked different organisations to put forward sort of people that fulfil the criteria that I sort of listed off there, and they would so we do have 1 representative put forward from Parvo, who is a sort of someone on the board but not, and so it's via that route.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Catherine.
Any other questions or observations? No,
not from me.
Okay.
No.
Well, I think it's fairly straightforward and clear, to be honest with you, isn't it? And so are we 3 of us content with the recommendation and proposal?
Yeah, happy to propose.
Yeah, good. Okay. Thank you. Well, thank you, Catherine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So this will be making its way to full council next Thursday then.
Good. Well done. Thank you very much. Cheers. Okay, and on therefore to the next item, which again I think is fairly straightforward, or hopefully. Mind you, it's like a recurring theme when it comes to the Constitution. So, welcome, Clive.
Chair, that's really good if it's you, just because I've literally just got sound come back to me, so I don't know what happened before, but I've literally got sound back. So thank you, members. The report which you have before you is really straightforward. It actually only records minor amendments to the Constitution, which I have already made in accordance with the powers which I've got under the Constitution. It doesn't require consent of DSC for this, but I do have to tell DSC of the minor amendments which I've made. Members, you will see from the report that there was and apologies, members. Usually, when I bring up a report of this nature, I actually attach to it the amendments which I have made. That hasn't been done on this occasion. I can show you online if you want to, but I think they're of a minor nature. And as I said, I've already done them, so I don't need your consent to them. They are of a minor nature. So the first one is a slight amendment to Rule 931, where I've had additional footnote relating to the license in 2003 committee. The second is a change in a reference in 9342. We had made reference to Rule 1145 when in fact it was 1146. So I've made that change. Chair, in 9443, we previously had included by error a section which said that the Governance and Audit Committee, the chair of the Governance and Audit Committee, cannot be a member of the Cabinet and can only be a member of an executive group if there are no opposite groups. That's been changed by the Wales 21 Act, and we've made that amendment to that effect. Chair, in 945, we've deleted the words co-opted member in relation to the appointment of the vice chair of the Governance and Audit Committee, because they clearly can be that's appropriate. We've inserted a new rule in 946. The member appointed as vice chair must not be a member of the local authority's executive or assistant to its executive. That's required by the 2021 Act. We don't have any choice. That's what the 2021 Act says. We've done a bit of renumbering to 946 because we had two 946s, and we made the second one 947. And then in 947 itself, we've made a deletion in terms of a person presiding as at the Governance and Audit Committee can only be a member of the executive group if there are no opposition groups. So that's again a requirement of the 2021 Act, and we have no option about that. In terms of the amendments which I've made to the officers section, which is section 11 of the Constitution, the first three relate to changes of title. You'll see the first is we've amended the title of the Head of Transformation and Communications to become the Head of Transformation and Democratic Services. We've amended my title to become the Head of Legal Services and the Monitoring Officer. And in 1135 also, we've done the consequential amendment insofar as the Head of Transformation and Democratic Services is concerned, which I just mentioned. And Chair, in terms of rules 1149 and 1150, you will see that we've made a correction to the reference. The Constitution made a reference to 1149.2 when it should have been 1148.2, and we've made both those amendments to 49 and 50. And just because as we see things which are wrong, I just do them because they're minor of nature. Chair, as I said, don't need your consent to those because they've already been done. They actually should be on screen at this moment in time under version 16 of the Constitution. But I have to bring them to your attention because that's what the Constitution says.
Thank you, Clive. Okay, well, as I said, they are to be noted. Councillor Graham.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. Can I just ask, Clive, I note in there that you say that there'd be a move to a different service area. Does that involve also accounting for changes to salaries in that area, so that budgets for each individual service will need to be adjusted accordingly?
Oh, the budgets have already moved, Chair, because sorry, Graham, when Democratic Services moved to Emma's area, the budget for that area moved with it.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions or observations? No? Okay, well, I think therefore that we duly note those amendments as required. And therefore, that's the last item on the agenda. So thank you much. So Emma, you came in just in time.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, members. And I apologise for not being able to hear what you were saying at the start of the meeting. But I have no idea what. I didn't do anything to make it come back. It just came back.
Well done. Okay, thank you much.
Bye-bye.
Well, we'll close the meeting therefore. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks
thank
all.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye.